content warning. This is a horror game and is not intended for all audience. Please visit our website, blacktabbygames.com, if you need a full list of content warnings. Slay the Princess contains flickering image effects. If this poses a health risk to you, you can turn off animations in the preferences. Oh, you can't really see it, but I have a fingy.
Fingy.
I love Black Tabby games.
This is the duck.
Yeah, very similar to Scarlet Hollow. So this is Slay the Princess. We have played Scarlet Hollow on here before.
Maximize the screen.
4.
There you go. Also, that's Alt F4 you're thinking.
Oh, that's 4.
But we absolutely love Scarlet Hollow. We want to return to it
Yes.
whenever the computer is
We need
able
to
to.
RMA a power supply.
Yeah, we need to RMA a power supply. But Black Tabby Games is really cool as far as like inclusion. Almost all of the art that we will see here is done by Abby Howard, who is also a super cool human being. And I don't know a whole lot about this game other than, like, technically our job is to slay the princess.
And low key, she is a super buff anime waifu. Behold.
She may be more than she appears.
This is a demo?
Yes, this is a demo. We do not own the full game, but we will have a link down in the description of where you can wishlist this game.
Oh, cool. Give it a shot.
Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess.
The hero and the princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
I completely forgot that this has voice acting in it.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Slay her? I hardly know her.
I mean, she is a princess, but slay, queen, slay.
Slay! Slay your enemies!
Oh, so,
Uh,
Lord. Oh, okay, this is very
we have a
similar.
couple of options here.
This is very similar to Scarlet Hollow, where, like, at the end of something you can ask further questions. So,
We will take turns
choosing.
choosing our path.
Okay.
So we'll start with Gona and Pistachio, then me.
The end of the world, what are you talking about? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? Killing a princess seems kind of a bad thing, doesn't it? Or can't someone else do this?
I was gonna say, because remember in Scarlet Hollow, we only read the option we picked.
Oh. I guess.
What do you mean?
I'll take the second option. Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up?
Oh.
Oh no, there's
Oh.
more! I'm not doing this because, okay, with the world ending? Oh no, that's it. Thanks for telling me what to do. Sweet, I've always wanted to off a monarch. Viva la revolution.
Get up and turn around and leave.
Wow, there's so many. Honestly, have you ever considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending?
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end.
I don't know, have you seen the
Joke's
world?
on you! Hey, Gen Z! Hey!
I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those.
May the dark embrace. Wrap itself around. Eternally shadowing.
Yeah, okay. Oh, okay, so it's like there's more. So that was my choice, Pistachio.
forget this. I'm not doing this.
Are you serious? No, you have to do it.
Oh man,
Joke's on you.
you've always wanted to kill a monarch.
Oh, is this a new option?
Oh, it is. I'll go talk in the cabin, I'll talk to her, and if she's as bad as you say she is, then maybe I'll slay her, but I'm not committing to anything until I've had the chance.
Yeah.
Then I guess
take
we'll
that.
just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out.
Okay, that sounds like some cult stuff.
Right?
Then each and every one of us is doomed.
Why are we the ones tasked?
So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us.
Okay.
Thank
Oh,
you for
you
your
do it.
permission.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
I like how it looks like a bicycle path going up there.
It looks like a rat's tail.
A little bit, yeah.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
What? That was you.
It was the voice of the hero.
Oh, okay.
Two distinct characters with very similar voices.
I guess I just skipped over the, like, name on there.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden
Fine
table.
layer of dust.
Perched on that table is a
Dust
pristine
represents-
blade.
Entropy of all life.
I thought you were gonna be like, the dust represents blue curtains.
The dust represents the blue curtains.
Dust represents a cube.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
If we want to do it wrong.
It's my turn. We'll take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
I have a feeling it's gonna be one of those, she's gonna, like, see the knife and be like, oh, you're gonna attack me. Well, there's no other recourse for it then.
Yeah, I think you've doomed us. Well, there's no choice now, so go get the next choice.
Yay.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
It's commanding, almost as though she's the one in charge down here. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Pistachio, this is you.
Hey, I think I'm here to kill you.
You must have the wrong address.
Ah, I see.
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
I mean, I'm not good at jokes. What? I think that wasn't a joke. She's here to talk.
I think we were going with the talkie route.
Oh, sure.
But no, I'm gonna stab her.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me?
Oh, we got a real badass in this basement.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
Not if I
Just
throw it.
throw it. Yeah.
Wink.
So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
Do you hear the conviction in her voice? Do you see the razor sharpness in her gaze? I don't think she's bluffing. She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
I mean, what if she isn't bluffing? What if she kills us? Are you sure she's not armed? She's got two of them. Can we just talk? I'm not dropping the blade. Drop the blade. You know what, Terrell? I feel like this is like, yeah, let's slay the princess. Just
Yeah.
boom, bam, have it done. Let's
You
win the
lunge
game.
forward without a moment's hesitation.
Oh, look at those big puppy dog eyes.
That's the eyes of a killer, Bella.
You feel flesh easily give
Oh, wow.
way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh. This is it, isn't it?
Is it? Is it?
I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming, but I have to wonder. Do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
Ooh.
No, I didn't,
There
but
it is again. That razor-sharp look in her eyes and the terrifying conviction in her words. Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well.
oh,
But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face.
that doesn't feel.
But is it over? Really over?
Of course it is. She's dead. Not sure. I feel like she has some kind of trick. Or of course not. That was too easy. Pistachio.
Of course not. That was too easy.
It's over. Don't get all worked up.
Oh?
With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind
Oh,
you.
I didn't like the click.
Why do I feel like we've done something terrible? You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience.
Oh. Yeah, we can do like a little
But
bit of
that day
looky-loo.
isn't today. Let's just get out of here. You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of space.
Oh, that's so
happened?
cool.
Wow.
Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good. Everyone is happy. You'll be happy.
I feel like we're missing a lot of plot because we did such a good job at stabbing the princess.
Yeah.
No, so here's the thing, is that this game is one of those, like, there are multiple endings,
Yeah.
and so, but also each ending changes the world, in the sense of, like,
I was kind of hoping I'd get a better ending for saving the world.
Yeah.
This isn't an ending. In fact, now that the princess has been slain, endings are a thing of the past. No. This is the beginning of eternity. Your reward.
Oopie.
This is what's best for everyone. Trust me.
Well, now, hang on a second. You just locked me in eternity. Makes me
Time
think I'm a real
passes.
monster.
You can't be sure if it's days, or months, or years, or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier. Psst. Hey. We're not just gonna stay here forever, right?
Ooh.
are you talking to yourself? Didn't you hear the narrator? I'm happy, we're happy. Do you have any idea how to get us out of here? Of course we are. I like it here. Get us out of here. Let's jump out the door. Yeah, middle.
Middle?
Yes.
I
Yeah.
do, but you're probably not going to like it.
Do we have to unkill the princess?
The blade. We can use the blade to get out of this.
Oh. I mean, yeah.
I guess.
I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero.
Yep.
He's right. It's the only way out. Do you hear that? It wants to take this happiness away from you. It wants this wonderful place to end.
I hate how the narrator is calling the hero it.
Do you not? There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to take that blade and use it. Don't you dare.
Pistachio.
Pistachio, you have some choices here.
The first one.
What's it say?
Explore. Wouldn't using the blade, kill us? Wouldn't we be dead?
How astute. You are absolutely correct. Using the blade to kill yourself would kill you, and you shouldn't do it.
Feeling like we're suffering from some unreliable narrator here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We
In a
should
sense, we die, but looking at things from another angle, are we even really alive anymore? This place, it's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. It's just the same thing, constantly, forever. I know this is out there, but trust me, I know using the blade will work. That little voice didn't want you to slay the princess. It didn't want you to be happy.
What do you mean? We explicitly said slay the princess. If we die.
If we die, I'm not risking death over your weird hunch. The thing to get out of this, Elle, you're right. I didn't like that idea. I'm just going to stick around and do nothing at least for a little while longer.
So pick whichever one, but I love how with the last one, it gives you the feeling that there's more that could happen.
Nah. Well, okay, yeah.
What a relief. I suppose we've got all the time in the world for you to change your mind. More happy time passes, though the word begins to lose its meaning. Time, that is, not happy. Happy still has plenty of meaning. Please, shake yourself out of it. We have to get out of here. The little voices, please, fall on deaf ears. Eventually you pass into a blissful state of pure existence. Though words like eventually and pass ceased to have any meaning to you long before that shift, you simply exist. Happy. Forever.
Oh,
Yay!
good ending. You did it. You saved everyone.
Saved.
Wow.
Good ending. Yay! Very cool.
I don't know if this continues forever.
Alright.
Yay! We did. Woo.
Okay.
7
Yeah,
endings.
continue.
Yeah.
There's 7 endings in there.
Oh, look at all them fonts.
Team Dog.
Team Dog Pet.
And of course, as a reminder, make sure to wishlist this on Steam so that more people can see it and enjoy it.
Yeah. That was fun.
You're on a path in the wood. You're here to slay.
I'm gonna skip any of the narration that we've heard before.
Okay.
Are we starting on new order, or is it Pistachio's turn?
It's my turn.
It's your turn.
Well, no, it was my turn. Now it's your turn.
Yeah, no, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna try turning around and leaving.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
In theory, home. Pistachio. I'm not going to the cabin. Okay. Pistachio, your turn.
Nope.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
Okay.
Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Nice. We're gonna turn around again and leave
You're
again.
really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
It's my turn. What they get for dumping me in the woods and asking me to kill someone for them. Nothing's better than just
Your
quietly
silence is
continuing.
deafening. But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your
I love
fated
the idea of, like,
confrontation
I'm not one
with
for
the
superstition or
princess.
astrology, but that's a very Aries thing for you to do. Pistachio.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who has ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will. And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen.
Oh.
At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your
Ooh.
surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light.
Cool.
Every direction,
They're everywhere.
there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be. Wait, what's going on? You're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world.
Wow, narrator. You put a lot of...
A lot of sass.
You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death.
But I came from the forest.
You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
So the... It was essentially now the real Slay the Princess begins. Oh!
Oh, we did it.
Chapter 2, The Stranger!
Part 2 of the demo.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Or there's a wall.
Looks like it. Let's see here. Those walls weren't here last time. You can't just force me to go to the cabin.
Definitely go to slay that princess! No, I know, but I wanted to look
Oh,
at
yeah.
all of them and make sure that you were able to see all of them.
What are you talking about? Those walls have always been there. If there weren't any walls in the
always a war
woods,
in
someone might have
Eurasia.
gotten lost, or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Yeah, screw this guy. They might have walled off everything but the path to the cabin, but I'm sure there's plenty of other ways we can ruin his day.
So we have two new voices. Or we have two voices now, the hero and the contrarian.
If by ruining my day you mean ruining everyone's day
Wonder if the
forever,
contrarian
then
is
yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off.
Like the Corinthian, yeah.
Still, the world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful.
I don't think it did. I think it got better. Now there's a wall.
You are never going to slay
Building
her with that
civilization,
attitude.
one
Stuff those
apocalypse at a
pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
Okay. My turn. Yeah, we're gonna lie.
You know I can tell when you're lying, right? Please take this seriously. I am begging you.
By the narrator.
So long as you know that I'm lying
I
and
have
that...
one last warning for you.
Yeah, what's that, buddy?
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar. Ignore them, they're just being difficult for the sake of it.
Oh, I don't have a choice.
The interior of the cabin is odd, the air smelling faintly of plastic, the wood of the walls fitting together at uncomfortable angles. The only furniture is a plain wooden table, its legs all the wrong lengths, causing it to tilt towards the door. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay, so we're not gonna grab it, right?
If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust. Or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyways? I, for one, would rather have it. We don't really know what we're dealing with here. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise?
It's your choice.
Take the blade.
Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old wooden staircase. The steps are warped and shoddily constructed. The air seeping up from below is heavy, oppressive, with an odd stink to it. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs, its multi-tonal lilt adding to the already uneasy atmosphere.
Is someone there?
This isn't what I expected her to sound like. What is she? I think we'd all like to know. You carefully make your way down the stairs. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. She locks eyes with you.
No, the sound
moving
wasn't
faster than the
necessary.
other. The loose skin of her face stretches into something resembling a smile. Good lord. Something in her neck bulges, roiling under her skin as she starts to speak, her voice pouring out between her closed teeth.
Don't be a stranger. It's been
That
so
body horror stuff.
long
This is
since
that body
I had
horror
a
stuff.
friend.
Oh, achievement unlocked, the stranger.
Okay. We did it.
Yay!
Yeah.
Got 2 out of 7.
So the question is,
I gotta say,
Do-
list this game on Steam.
oh yeah, remember to wishlist this game on Steam
Yes.
because it's obviously good, as you can tell, and it's got different pathways, and your choices actually matter,
Oh, okay.
which
Cool.
is super cool. Because then But yeah, do we want to do this more? Like Pistachio can have a turn at having the controller, or
Try to find other endings.
do we
Bless you,
One height.
Pistachio.
do we want to play a different scary game, which I have lined up?
What's the other scary game?
It's called The Little Red Lie. Okay.
Alright, Pistachio, you steer.
We got this.
Speed run the ending.
You're here.
Who made the last choice in the last one?
Just let Pistachio.
Okay. Yeah, you do it. This is your game now.
Okay.
Just be sure to read them out for people that are listening.
Oh, okay. Thanks for telling me.
Don't
what
mention
to
it.
do.
It's all part of the job. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning, she will lie. We're not going to go through with this, right? Ignore him. He doesn't know. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare.
So I love how
The
in
air, the blade is your
the
income.
other world, like, and I wanted to see this to check, but in the other world, it was like that was the sketch first draft, and then this is the fully rendered, beautiful version. All
Yeah.
of the choices are yours. This is, you get to run it.
Oh, I'm not grabbing the knife.
I agree.
The door to the basement creaks. Her voice
Hello?
is hypnotizing. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Just check. Ooh. You're awesome.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I mean, the narrator can tell when you're lying, but can the princess tell?
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Please, come downstairs.
Don't
Pretty
be a
cool.
stranger.
You walk down the stairs and lock
You look
eyes
so
with the
sad.
princess.
Sad now.
There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Yeah.
Which one?
You're only making this more difficult.
He's gonna examine the chains.
Examine.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I can imagine.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
But
Go and check upstairs. Maybe the key's still lying somewhere up there. Maybe I can at least find some.
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
You attempt to make your way out of the
Ooh.
basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
ooh,
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs.
no
This would
use.
have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that. Fine.
Bye.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground.
She looks so
and the heavy
ooh-woo as
chains
she does it.
suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She clutches the wound, softly smiling as her gaze meets yours. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world.
Narrator boss fight.
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Wow.
How Doki Doki Literature Club of them.
How far can you scroll down?
Yes. Oh wait, no. I mean,
Stop that.
there could have been more.
Oh, I thought this was all a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges. Wait, she dodges? Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive. The blade. Move the blade.
I'm sorry. I can see you're doing your best to resist what's happening to you. I'll try and make this quick.
She pounces on you with the same animal ferocity she used to tear through her arm. You feel her claws on your throat, then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to pull apart your flesh and sinew with ease. You collapse to the floor, your body unresponsive as your blood pools on the ground beneath you. She stares down at your ravaged form, eyes shining in the darkness, dress stained red as your blood seeps into the fabric. When she manages to escape from this place and bring ruin to the world, know that it was all yours. It can't just end like this, right? As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
What? What?
Ooh.
You're on a path in the woods,
Wow.
and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Kill me again.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We've just met for the first time, you and I. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Don't forget what he did to us the last time around. We can help her. We just have to find a way. Oh, is there another one of us in here? Help her? Need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is? I told you about the stakes of this situation less than a minute ago.
So is it just
All
like
of us in here definitely
collecting all the
believe it.
voices?
I think so.
And all of us in here definitely believe you.
Just stay focused on the task at hand.
So if we keep walking away now,
Will we get contrary?
There's also the path that we're already on.
Here's the. Is she the stranger again?
We can.
Because it wasn't the stranger, it was the damsel this time.
I don't know. I don't know.
Do we want to just check her out, or do we want to keep walking away and trying to collect another voice? Or will we collect another voice, or will it just override the original?
I have no idea.
I'll try to stay
You
on
know
the
I
path
can
of
tell when you're
wrong.
lying,
Okay.
right? Please take this seriously. I am begging you. I have one last warning for you. She will lie.
Okay.
She will. Yes, yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink. Did you just say the word wink out loud? No, I didn't. Wink. Just ignore
I
this
love it.
clown and focus on the.
So we're not going to grab the dagger again?
I think he said to grab.
Doubting said, grab the dagger.
Yeah.
Wink.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely empty. The air stale and musty. The floor and walls covered in a
Oh.
fine layer of dust. The only furniture is a plain wooden table.
Yeah, I think.
Perched
don't
on that
grab-
table
Well,
I
is a
say don't
pristine
grab.
blade. The blade is your implement. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase. Her voice carries softly up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
You're playing
Okay,
a
so it's
dangerous
not,
game by
like,
coming
distorted.
here unarmed. It's even more hypnotizing than before. Is it more hypnotizing than before, or is that just what we want it to be? I think we're in love. For everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just don't let her charm you. It's all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain
Aw.
around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
He's
of the
extra
basement.
kawaii.
She's still so beautiful. And she has both of her arms again. Did everything we just went through actually happen? It must have, because she's different. Can't you tell?
good job,
Ew.
Doubting.
I remember you. You're going to help me get out of here, right?
Oh.
Ooh.
Nice.
So
Now,
would it be
do-
okay if I went through and tried to
Yeah.
gather two voices?
Yeah.
Collect the voices
Stick them in your pockets.
in your brain.
Remember to wish list Slay the Princess on Steam. There will be a link below so that you can, add this to your repertoire.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the
No!
end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more
Now, this
trees.
isn't-
What did you select? Oh, you just.
It was whatever the first thing was.
Can.
You know what? This.
Whoa. It's so fast.
So I'm just gonna like silently go through.
You make a warning. We're not gonna.
But yeah, so you can't see the pointer finger, but
The
our
interior
hand
of
is
the
similar to the fingy.
The finger
her
I'm
level.
gonna-
voice. Don't.
Here to see.
Yeah, regular. I'm here to say.
How many times don't do it? If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end.
And I'm about to break.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
making
these
a
chains.
huge mistake.
Mm-hmm.
No, you're doing the right thing.
Definitely used to
Walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall. They're large
You,
and
you
heavy.
really, you
Far
really
too-
I'm
stuck
guessing
to the
you
wall.
don't have the.
Maybe it's doubtful.
Yeah, this is all
to
the
the
same.
wall.
You guys can keep talking. I'm just.
I wonder if there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas? Might just skip to her.
Maybe there's
mansion
some
or
way to
teeth
break the
on.
chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs. Is someone else here? You try the door,
Try the door.
but it's locked from the outside. Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Okay, I just
You
thought
make
I'd
your
check.
way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been easier for who? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't
There's a slight panic rising in the princess.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely has as she rips her flesh from its blade. Or we could. You won't like.
That might.
Fine. Against
had
your
one
better
answer.
judgment,
Yeah, it was.
place the blade against the ragged,
again, like, look at these
self-inflicted
hands.
wound on the princess's
We are-
arm, just above the unyielding
We're the
chain
hero, but,
binding
like-
her to this place.
Yeah.
You cut
Physically.
into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and her limb. She didn't know.
Yep.
She clutched. How is?
Thank you.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You, as the wait, watch me.
What are you doing?
Stop that.
Oh, I thought this was.
Your body lunges forward, but the prince. Stop it. The blade.
I'm sorry.
She pounces on you. You collapse.
Thank you,
when she manages,
friend.
can't just. As much as I prefer for things, everything goes
That's gonna
dark,
be my next druid.
and you die.
What's that?
That princess.
You're
Damsel.
on. You're here.
Stab people with your bone nuts.
Seriously?
Take out your
You're just
arm.
going to turn around
Oh,
and leave?
achievement unlocked. Nope.
Do you
and
even
it's
know where you're going?
our weird hand with the middle finger raised.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. That's strange. You're really.
You're not emotionally blackmailing.
Stakes and consequences aren't emotional blackmail. They're facts of life, and if you had an ounce of maturity, you'd understand that.
Too bad I'm not mature.
But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition
Jump
or
and see if
astrology,
I
but I
can
have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the prince. There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one. And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something at first it's, but as you focus on
Give me
yourself,
a million
every
houses,
way
fractal
to
houses.
stop, you've doomed us all. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness.
Okay.
You're on a path. You're here to slay her. A terrible sense of deja vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us has been here. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Yeah, screw this guy. They might have walled off everything but the path to the cabin, but I'm sure there's plenty of other ways we can ruin his day. If by ruining my day, you mean ruin still.
Okay, I
You
think
are never going.
at least for now we can only have two voices. So, with that knowledge,
Hang on, lie.
Yeah, can try to save the princess now.
You know I can tell when you're lying, right? Please take this seriously. She will lie. Maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar. Ignore them.
and we're gonna take the
The
knife.
blade, if he wants us to. I, for one, would. I've all. You take the
Basement.
door to her voice. This. What is she? I think we'd all like to know. You carefully make your way down the stairs. As you descend the final step, she locks up. Good lord. Something in her.
Don't.
And that's
That's
as
it.
far as we get.
Mm.
Okay. Interesting. I loved it. Make sure to wish list this on Steam.
Wish listed on Steam. What's it
List
called?
on Steam.
Slay the Princess by Black Tabby Games. I love
Be
it.
sure to check it out.